success belongs only to those who adopt and adapt. We are the first generation to go from no AI to using AI. It's exponentially growing, right? We can't even, our brains are even a little blah because it's moving so quick. And I think there's two ways to look through it. Like, God, it's moving so fast. Can I keep up? Or can I jump in front of this wave and not just survive, but actually thrive? During this transition of the old model going away, we have to see the new opportunities that are emerging, and we have to jump on them. I put together 10 ways to future-proof your business and your life. 1800s. If a farmer planted 1 acre of corn, it would take him 50 to 80 hours. When the newest technology of a tractor came out, he could do that same acre in 30 minutes. Old way, new way. Once there was tractors, you would never drive by a farm and see somebody out there right now trying to do it by hand. There's tractors, it's the new technology. 80 times more. Electricity did the same thing. In the 1930s, it was going across all companies. Did you know there was a certain percentage of companies that said, not for me on the electricity, our company's good, we're doing okay, it's a little crazy anyway, we're not gonna do it. Those businesses weren't in business a year later. Imagine if you were doing business with somebody and you said, hey, what's your email address? I want to send you that contract. They go, no. I don't do email. We don't do internet. I'll give you my address, put it in an envelope and mail it to me. And when I get it, I'll sign it and mail it back. Yes or no, would you do business with that company? Right? No, right? No, of course not. We are the first generation. Hear me on this. We are the first generation to go from no AI to using AI. That's the only reason it feels crazy. Could you imagine no electricity to electricity, no phone to phone, right? That's what this is. We're alive during this precious moment where everything is aligned. Like, the more I dig in, the more I realize what an unfair advantage we have if you take the uncomfortable action to move forward. Because we have the opportunity to go faster to the tractor, electricity, the phone. None of them have been able to buy you back time and leverage that time more than AI. But you can't start by chasing tools. But let me get to what I really want to share today. And that's the 10 I'm going to talk about today to future-proof the next year of your life. Number 1, know your true value. It's definitely not ego to understand how valuable you are. Because you're not your job title. You're not your resume. You're not the mistakes of the past. You're not what other people think you are. Your value is your experiences. Your value is your perspective. Your value comes in on how you solve problems. You see, people are really worried about how AI is going to replace people. It is in some areas, but AI can never replace what makes you the most human. Your experiences, your perspective, your ability to solve problems, your taste, your values, your culture, your ability to connect, solve problems, and be hungry, it can never take that. Great lives are created by people who own what makes them unique. You have a group of humans dying to learn from you, dying to be coached by you, dying to read what you have to say because they know that your life experiences could allow them to go faster. Number 2, build direct relationships. We are in a world of rented attention, right? We are in the attention world, and your relationships are your lifeline. Did you ever see the study on what physicians, doctors get sued more than others? You know what it is? Time. They looked at doctors who spent 7 minutes or less with their patients were like 80% more likely to get sued than the ones that spent 12 minutes or more. That was it. Why? One was a transactional relationship and one was a personal relationship. Just a little more time, a little more communication. And as we want to build our first sale, next sale, consistent sales, the people around us in real life, in our virtual life, are going to be the ones that you do your first 10, 20 sales that build momentum, they spread, they tell their friends, and that's how it goes. So number 2, build direct relationships. So number 3, This one's really, you're gonna know my brilliance on this one. You ready? This is deep. No, I'm kidding. It's not, it's simple. Eliminate what's not working. In the next 12 months, you just don't have the time to do it all. Success isn't about addition. It's about subtraction. You know what I've been saying for 20 years, and it's my little mantra? Yes gets you out of Egypt, and no will take you to the promised land. Number 4, move faster than you think. Launch when it's not perfect. I know I wrote move fast, launch messy, but go faster than you think. Because we learn the best when we're in the game. Sometimes you have already gotten great at something else in your life, multiple things. And now if this is a new world for you, you want the same perfection in this area that you got a decade in, and you want to feel it over here. And you might not feel it till you get your hands in the meatloaf and you start working it, right? We want everything to be perfect. Well, is this done? Is that done? Is that done? Is this done? Is this done? The website, the colors, the thought, the marketing. I want to make sure it's all done because over here I'm really good at this thing. I want to feel, no, sometimes you just got to jump out of the plane and grow wings on the way down. Speed beats perfection every time. This one you might not like me when I say this next one. Sometimes perfection is just procrastination in disguise. You got to be okay with the critics telling you it's not perfect, because most of the time, remember this one? You never see a statue of a critic. Number 5, learn to sell without selling. Selling has got to be a part of your life. If you can't sell, then really you can't serve people. Fall in love with what you do and feel bad if you don't get people to say yes. We need to reframe selling every day of our lives. It's just inviting someone to a better version of themselves to go faster. Because if they could figure it out on their own, they would have. They need someone to say, cut the check, get enrolled, get the accountability, shift your life. Number 6, build a brand, not just a business. What does that mean? Brands create trust, and trust creates staying power. A brand gives people something to believe in beyond just a transaction, as we talked about earlier. Build a business that people would miss it if it disappeared tomorrow. Think about that. Build a business they said, oh my God, I can't do this without Dana. Oh my God, Tina, where's Tina? I need this today, right? I need it from Allie, I need it from Heather. Number 7, stay coachable, stay in community. You never outgrow the need for guidance, because every level there's a new devil. And proximity equals power. I learned that from Tony Robbins 2 decades ago. When you're in proximity of people, the collective wisdom allows you to grow. Because so many times as crazy entrepreneurs, or whatever you consider yourself, a success seeker, we're the crazy ones. Who in here wants to do something you love so much that you want to do it for the rest of your life, right? We're the crazy ones, just so you know. So you got to stay in community with people like this. You got to stay coachable with a group like this. Make sense? Number 8, emotional resilience. We need emotional resilience. Here's the fact. Life will throw you curveballs. People will let you down. The news will make you feel like jumping out of your skin. Will people let us down? Yes or no? Will tech change? Will we hit some curveballs? We need emotional resilience, because those that make it use that as a stepping stone, where those that quit use it as the reason they quit. So if you just shift it that you're not failing, maybe you should write this one down. You're not failing, you're just in training. I say this all the time, but who would be willing to be emotionally resilient, to keep going, to take uncomfortable action, to do things others aren't willing to do? Who would be willing to do that for a year so you could have a decade of success, of confidence, of courage, of impact and income? What I always tell everybody, no, the next year is going to be tough, and it's worth it. Number 9, stay relevant through reinvention. What got you here doesn't necessarily take you where you want to go. And relevance, staying relevant isn't about trends. It's not about ego. It's about impact. So I get relevance is about impact. People will remember if you were in a movie, you touched their life, they will remember you forever. That's relevant. That's worth reinventing yourself. That's being willing. That will give you the power to be willing to evolve, even if it means starting over. We get to impact people for a living. The last one, I kind of started it, but the one that will allow you to go faster, the one that will allow you to leverage your time is AI. And AI isn't on its way. As you all know, it's here. And I know you're all using AI to go faster. Some of you are just dabbling, some of you are a little unsure, some of you are down the rabbit hole. No matter where you are, what we have to remember is it's just the newest technology that allows us to go faster and quicker. It's changing how we work, it's changing how we create, it's changing how we sell, it's changing how we scale. The biggest risk is waiting and getting left behind. That's the biggest risk, because at the end of the day, right now, some of the things that were my unfair advantage, the way I write copy, the way I communicate, the way I plug in a 3-day event. You can go to Gigi right now, or go to chat right now and say, write me a sales letter for our training. So if you ask Gigi and chat the same question, it'll be a different answer, because this one knows more about Tony and I. Does that make sense? That's Gigi. But AI can allow us to, and this is the part that I really want you to think through. If AI could do repetitive tasks, if it could do the stuff that's overwhelming to us, if it could do the boring stuff, if it could do the stuff we don't like doing, then it gives us the opportunity to actually be more human, doesn't it?